For better or worse, I'm old enough to have played Mario RPG when it first came out. Back on the SNES, I rented the game, thought it was really interesting and weird. It probably was my first turn-based RPG, and I didn't really get it. But then I played more, and I played more, and eventually I owned it, and I found it to be intriguing. But I don't remember it as one of my favorite childhood games. So when I saw the announcement for Mario RPG on Switch, I was like, okay, it looks really cool, but I don't remember loving the game all that much. So I was going into this new Nintendo Switch remastered, remade release with tepid anticipation. Like, maybe I'll think it's fun, but it's an old game. Why don't they just make a new Mario and Luigi game? Those are fantastic. And then I decided to do something drastic. I would treat Mario RPG on the Switch as a brand new game, and not view it through the lens of something from years beyond my childhood coming back and being remade, but instead approach it with fresh eyes. Approach it as if this was a new Switch game. And boy was I surprised. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Let me know if you are excited about Mario RPG in the comments down below and what you think of my take on it, because I went in expecting to be bored. I went in expecting to be just neutral on it. Like, it's Nintendo first party, can it be that bad? No, but I've played it, I didn't love it, and yeah, we've had Paper Mario kind of go through the ups and downs. We know Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door is coming out next year. My beloved Mario and Luigi franchise has perished. What would I make of this? But I went in saying, like, what if this just came out now? What if this was brand new and there wasn't any of the expectations, any of the preconceived notions, any of the memories? And I found a game that's crazy. Let me straight up tell you that this game is crazy. It is bonkers filled with charm. It is absolutely madness. Like, the things they have Mario do and the things they have Mallow and Geno say and the other characters, the Toads, the Peaches, the Bowsers, the bosses, like, it is a world of chaos. I don't know what kind of Kool-Aid they were drinking when they developed this game, but it is weirder than any Mario, save for Mario Bros. 2. This is the kind of Mario quirk that I love about Wart and Mouser, because it brings in totally unique characters that are very weird. And there's a lot of, like, laugh out loud, smile big moments where weird stuff happens, goofy scenarios, Mario's acting stuff out. Everyone in the whole world is a fan of Mario. They know him to be this legendary hero. I think the setup for Mario RPG is brilliant, and I think that the goofy charm that they put in here is the seed that would eventually birth my beloved Mario and Luigi. So it's great to see that that charm still holds true in 2023. I think if you go into this game not knowing anything about it, you're gonna be like, whoa, Nintendo has this much fun in them, this much charm, this much oomph. They can do a story that isn't just Peach gets taken from the castle and Bowser wants to marry. Like, they can do something really good. They can do something really, really fun and really, really creative. I love that this came out so long ago because it shows that Nintendo has always been this developer. They've always been one to really take chances, risks, and evolve the identity of their games. You might view them sometimes as a publisher that doesn't take risks, but this was a risk. Putting Mario in a big RPG with all sorts of dialogue, different new characters, weird worlds was very, very, very different. Like, that's not Mario jumping on Goombas like he did in all of his previous adventures. This is Mario doing something weird. And it works. And I think the saving grace for this game is the action-based combat. Like, I don't know if that was really quirky back then. I don't really recall. But here, it still feels so fun. Like, having the ability to press A before Mario hits with the hammer. Press A before Geno shoots his finger shot. Press A when the lightning is going to come in. Press A right before you're about to get hit to put up a defensive barrier. That, to me, saves the game. That action and that attention that's required of me as the player makes this engaging, truly. It sounds simple to just press A, but the competitive spirit in me wants to be good at every battle. I will say that Mario RPG overall is a pretty easy game, but they will kill you quickly. You will be required to use your items, even though your characters do refresh their status at the end of every battle. You're asleep in the battle, you wake up. You're poisoned in the battle, mysteriously, you have been cured. There are things here that make this kind of like a first JRPG. It's not trying to be like super hardcore JRPG, and yet it still has all of the elements I think that make a good JRPG. An engaging story, fun characters, good dialogue, cool attacks, upgrades, badges, accessories. It's got all that. You buy items, you buy basically revives, and you buy magic points, and you buy health points. It has all of that. And Mallow is a great character. Even though he's never made another appearance, which is a shame, he's a great character. And we know Gino's beloved. He was #1 on the Smash Bros. Wish list, and he didn't quite make it. Him and Waluigi both sat in the caboose, never making it called up to the front car. But here, at least Gino is front and center. Bowser's even got personality. Smithy, the big sword that smashes into the castle, like, it is not your Mario game. It is more in line with Mario Wonder than it is with the Marios you've played over the last 10, 20 years. And I think that's why it fits so perfectly right now as a comeback, as a remaster, as a remake, is because Nintendo is risking Mario with Mario Wonder. They went quirky, they went different, and it worked. It worked so well. It worked maybe the best that 2D Mario has ever worked since the originals. And here we have Nintendo being quirky again, Nintendo being creative again, Nintendo taking very parallel risks, and so it's fitting that the two games are coming out so close to each other. If you combine the charming dialogue with the interesting situations and environments that Mario is placed in, alongside the active combat and the cool boss characters, and now you make it pretty, and now you make the music just orchestrally sing, you got something special on your hands. I think Mario RPG looks exquisite. It has such a visual flair to it. It retains its Super Nintendo feel, but it's modernized in a way that makes you just say, dang, if this was a new game, I'd love this style. And because I was trying to approach this as if it was a brand new release, I said, wow, this is a great art style. Chibi Mario, with all sorts of colors and pizzazz, looks really nice. I do think the gameplay is a lot nicer on the big screen than up close and personal. I feel like the art style is so clean when I'm playing it on a TV, but when I do hold the Switch up close, I'm like, okay, Mario seems to have like a little jaggedy outer layer. There seems to be a little like stroke on him, and I don't love that. It's absolutely nitpicking. You can play this portably if you want, but I've found a lot more visual satisfaction when it's up on the big screen. And it's also a big adventure. Like, this is a Mushroom Kingdom traveling circus. You're going to places like Moleville and the Pipe Vault, and you're going to Yoshi's Island, but not that Yoshi's Island. You're going all around and facing off with characters, dialoguing with characters, and interacting with characters that you've never seen before. Elements, sides, and nooks and crannies of the Mushroom Kingdom that never were revealed before this game and have since never been explored again. If I knew nothing of Mario RPG, I would be beyond excited to continue and follow through and see what characters are unveiled, who else is added to the party, where this goes, who the big bads are, how those battles transpire, and what other goofy moments this game has in store. So I say, if you've heard of it and played it, or you remember it from your childhood, shirk that, throw it off. Rub that dirt off your shoulders. I mean, maybe you love it and so it's even more exciting to go back, but treat this as a totally new game. And I think you'll find that Nintendo has struck gold, just as they struck gold back then, but it applies now. And I feel like we're kind of in a Mario RPG renaissance, what with the Thousand Year Door coming back in early to mid 2024, and dare I say, a new adventure is due. I know Paper Mario has sort of carried the torch for this type of Mario game, but I am requesting Nintendo, if you're at all listening, that we get a new Mario and Luigi game, or a Wario and Waluigi game, or just a brand new Mario RPG. If sales of this and Thousand Year Door are strong, it shows that the appetite for a different genre Mario is here. We know kart will sell, we know the sports will do pretty solid, we know the platformers, both 2D and 3D, are going to excel. But an RPG, is there an audience? I hope that the answer is emphatically yes, because another brand new Mario RPG could blow the roof off. I think this one is exciting, intriguing, engaging, and well worth your buying now. But knowing that the basis and the foundation here were established years ago, eons, if you're younger, then they could do so much more with a new game. And I think the elements of Mario RPG that make it stand apart, like the different mini games, right? You're riding on a Yoshi, placing melodies with tadpoles, floating down a mountainous waterfall. There's elements here that they tried to inject fun and variety into Mario that were not seen up until this release. And now we have a lot of that, right? Maybe it doesn't seem as special, maybe it doesn't seem as unique, but I'm trying to look at this brand new, right? Not looking back, and the minigames are still fun. I love that it feels like a true JRPG with all of those different elements that make up a JRPG. Like, you got the towns and the characters, the inns and the item shops. You've got the mini games and the strange encounters. It's all there, but it's done Marioified. And if Mario RPG was a brand new game, I think it would be one of the most intriguing titles of 2023. I think Nintendo would be sitting there with Wonder and RPG back to back, and reviewers would not know what to do with themselves. They'd be saying, holy crap, Nintendo is taking Mario to heights never before achieved. So I'm so glad that I decided to take off my rose-colored glasses. And whether those glasses were positive or negative, it's important to view this as a game right now. Is it worth buying in 2023? Does it stand on its own in 2023? Is it a good, enjoyable adventure? And while my initial worry was, it's going to be boring, it's going to be bland, it's going to be easy, it's not going to feel grand, it actually does. And I think Mario RPG surprised the heck out of me, and I definitely think you should give it a go. Even if you've never played it before, even if you're not a big RPG player, this is an inviting, welcoming RPG that I think still has enough features to engage more hardcore gamers, something that Paper Mario in its more recent entries has often forgotten. Luckily, we'll be back with an even more complicated RPG Mario in 2024 with the 1,000-Year Door, and I think we're just building maybe to a massive new release. I really hope that's where this is headed, and we're retraining and reformulating an audience for this type of Mario game. That could be super exciting because we do build from RPG, the 1,000-Year Door to, who knows, the sky is the limit when Nintendo is firing on all cylinders. And lately, Nintendo is definitely at the top of their game. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, but I am so smitten with Mario RPG right now. It's got that fun and quirk that Wonder has, but in a totally different genre, and it's better than I remember it being. And it fits in a modern era, which is even more exciting and lucky and masterful. So take a